What's up, Juventini? Is Juve looking to pounce on yet another defender situation at Milan? Tomori, is he an option for Juve in January? We'll look at the latest details coming out today. And then what does this mean for the other backline defenders? Hanko and Silva. Mirko Di Natale brings us an update there. Nico Schira's got an update on the status of Fagioli. And are his bags getting packed as we speak? We'll look at all that and, of course, the injury rundown, who trained separately from the group today, and looking ahead to this weekend's matchup against Monza. I'm Berto. This is the AJCR channel dedicated to Juventus. It's December 20th. Let's rock with the news. And we kick things off with Fikayo Tomori and his situation at Milan. So we know that there is some type of an issue there between the player and Fonseca. His minutes have suffered tremendously, and all of a sudden, apparently, it's being rumored he could be open up to leaving as early as January. It's being rumored that Juve is trying to inquire about making the same possible deal they did with Kalulu in a loan, going into an option to purchase. Now, would Milan actually open up to sending us Tomori after what they did with Kalulu and mid-season? I'm not so sure about this, all right? But the situation around the player, the coach, and what's going on in Milan isn't the best, and it's picking up more smoke by the day. So we put that one in our back pockets. But would you pick Tomori ahead of all the other options we've been hearing? And two of the other options, of course, Silva and Hanko. Well, Mirko Di Natale states that Silva is always looming in the background. Jorge Mendes is doing everything in his power to make this move go through, and the player wants to leave in January. So he's always going to be linked with Juventus. When it comes to Hanko, Mirko Di Natale states, despite a 5-year agreement at 2.5 million euros per season being reached with Juventus, the wall is still up by Feyenoord, and they seem reluctant and hesitant to send him away in January. And now they're saying that this move could end up being a summer move for Juventus. But will it, or will it just be the same type of thing we were getting with Samardzic? Let's wait and see. But that's the latest rundown at the backline. When it comes to Fagioli, Nico Schira states that at 20 to 25 million euros, the price tag Juve is set. This is intriguing to a lot of Premier League clubs, okay? And he says that West Ham, Fulham, and even Crystal Palace have reached out on the player recently. Tottenham reached out on Fagioli about a year and a half ago. Will they come back into play at this enticing price tag on Fagioli? We wait and see, but more and more signs by the day are pointing to Fagioli potentially packing up those bags and saying goodbye, because it's still being rumored, and today is no different, that the player wants minutes. And from what we're seeing in the last set of games, him not even being able to make cameos, other players being chosen continuously ahead of him, it seems like it's going to be an out for Fagioli. Let's wait and see. Artur, the top club in for him is Real Betis. They are the closest to getting him signed and finding a deal, constantly working, and contacts ramping up as of late with Juventus. Nico Schira says there is no doubts he is leaving Juventus very, very soon once the Mercato opens. For the injury rundown, Cambiaso, Rui, Douglas Luiz all trained separate from the group. Out of these players, the closest are probably Cambiaso and Rui, but Cambiaso could very well potentially make that squad list this weekend for Monza. You know how I stand on things when it comes to Cambiaso. I still wouldn't risk him starting, despite us needing the 3 points in this game. I'm not taking any risks long-term with Cambiaso, all right? And then Gatti, Monday could be where we see the extension to 2030 on his contract closed out. That is your news report to today. You all know the drill, all right? Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join our AJC army, but let me know what you think about everything you just heard. Do you still want to move Fagioli? Do you want to keep Fagioli? What do you think about Tomori? Is that a yes or a no, or should we push for one of the other guys ahead of him, Silva or Hanko, or maybe a different name? A different name? Skriniar? Looks like that's out, and looks like he's heading to Galatasaray, so the option's starting to dwindle too. What would you do? Let's mix it up in the comments. I'm back tomorrow as always. You know the drill. Fino alla fine. Forza Juventus. We'll talk to you real soon. Ciao, ciao.